YouTube, we back with another one, man. We're gonna get right into it as always. If y'all watching this video, y'all tuning in with me, man. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Please be aware of y'all surroundings, man. Honestly. YouTube, we all clear. As you can see, nothing in there. Empty as can be. Like I said, man, please be aware of y'all surroundings, YouTube. For everybody watching this video, man, I know y'all gonna probably wonder what I'm talking about. But honestly, there's a lot going on nowadays. And as firearm holders, my Second Amendment, my 2A family, everybody that believes in protecting yourselves, bearing arms, you know what I mean? Taking control of your own situations and, not always relying on law enforcement, no disrespect, because I got law enforcement in my family, but it's been a little rocky nowadays with a lot of home invasions and carjackings and people just trying to take from you and from hardworking people like myself and you, whoever watching this video, hardworking citizens, man. And people just want stuff for free, you know what I mean? It's not a good thing, man. It's not, and that's why I say you gotta be careful out here, man. When you're moving around, especially if you carry a firearm, you kind of already on that type of time that you know that you have to be aware of your surroundings. Everybody can't be trusted. People are always lurking, man. You might think that because you're not in the mix out there or you're not in the streets and you living your life, you're working, you coming home every day to your family, trying your best to do right, even in a world where everything is so wrong, that things are not going to happen to you. That's not right, man. Sorry to tell you, but reality check, news flash, whatever you want to call it, that's not right. That's not a way to think, man. That's the easiest way to get yourself jammed up, robbed, hurt, or worse. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about, man. I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, so I'm going to be real careful about how I word this video. But this video is strictly about just your surroundings, man. I've made videos before where I've touched up on these topics, not fully, just mentioning them in other videos, but I've been through a lot of situations, man. I've been through a lot of situations where people could have got hurt. I had to defend myself. I know what it is to be robbed. I know what it is to have your car broken into. I know what it is to have your car stolen from you. People pointing guns at you, people pointing guns at your house, all types of whatever you want to name it, man. I'm not going to pretend like I'm Mr. John Wick, like I've been through a bunch of scenarios, but this is one of the reasons why I carry a firearm, because of the situations I've been in. And no lie, it's made me a better person. It's made me understand that all problems don't have to be dealt with on the spot or at all. Some things you need to just learn how to walk away from. As a person who's carrying a firearm, we all my 2A people that's watching this, when you carry a firearm, you're held to a higher standard, man. People already looking at you like they think you want to shoot everybody, and that's not the truth. At least not for me, it's not. I know for a lot of y'all, it's not. We don't walk around like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, just the same way you have a firearm, somebody else has a firearm. They can shoot you just as well as you can shoot them. So you can't just go around thinking that you can start problems with everybody or end problems with gunfire. It don't work like that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself either getting charged or getting jammed up in a lot of different ways that are even worse than that. So it's best to just keep yourself even more preserved, man, when you start carrying. But also, like I said, be aware of your surroundings, man. I don't care if you at the mall. I don't care if you in the suburbs. I don't care where you at. There's no such thing as safe neighborhoods anymore, man. What's the guy that I watch, man? He's from I believe he's from Michigan. Old head dude, thorough guy, man. T-Electric. I watched a lot of his videos. I haven't been seeing his videos lately, man. I definitely got to tap back in with him, but he's somebody that I was watching for a while too. Got a great gun collection, great channel. He also makes a lot of videos about self-awareness, and a lot of his videos I could relate to because I've been that victim before, So he definitely somebody who is on point and is trying to get a lot of people on the same boat, especially, the 2A community, people who don't really think, people who's not even in the 2A community that's thinking about getting into firearms and protecting yourself, because most of the time you get into firearms is because, you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your family. You don't always want to wait for help to try to come because sometimes that help may not arrive. But anyway, he touches up on the topics kind of like what I'm touching up on now. I got a great channel, Mr. T-Electric, man. He definitely will teach you some game about being on point and being aware of your surroundings, not trusting nobody, just kind of always trying to keep your head on the swivel, man. It's sad that we got to live like that. And I think a lot of people are just in denial that they feel like we live in this perfect world where like they don't have to be that way until something happens to them. And I don't want to be that guy because, like I said, I've already been through situations where I've been the victim, you know what I mean? And I no longer want to be that person because I have a family to protect just like the rest of y'all, you know, which is why, once again, leads me to my second point. I also don't go around looking for trouble. If I get into something with somebody, I try to de-escalate the situation as fast as possible because at the end of the day, you don't know, just the same way a person don't know if you carrying, you don't know if they carrying. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know if they're a better shot than you. So, yeah, you get into something with somebody, you end up getting yourself hurt because you thought that you were tougher because you had the upper hand, when really you don't know if you have the upper hand, which is why I like to conceal carry, because it's just the whole idea of just being incognito, man. You know what I mean? The idea of being able to surprise, you know, your attacker if they try you, you know, and leave you with no other option, then of course you're going to have to do what you got to do and put the threat down, because at the end of the day, it's your life over theirs, or it's going to be the other way around, one or the other. But it's not to say you have to hurt anybody, but if your life is in danger, then yes, you have to do what you have to do. But in order to avoid things like that, it's best to avoid problems as much as you can, and definitely be aware of your surroundings, man. When you go to the mall, you know, you don't know if people are waiting outside to try and rob you when you're coming out the mall. You know, if you're a person that goes out, you don't know if somebody's going to try you when you come out the club or come out the bar or anywhere for that matter. You could literally be at the movies with your family and literally come out to someone trying to rob you or stick you up, tie you up, you know, tie your family up. These things don't only happen in movies, man. When you grow up in the neighborhood, you know, for people who don't know what I mean, in the hood, when you grow up in these inner cities, you really can understand what I'm talking about. Until you have been there, you're not really going to understand me. But I come from the hood. I know what it is, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not far from the hood. I still am around. So I still see the violence every day in the news. You know, this person here, shooting here, gang violence here. You know, I see everything, man. And I know my city is no different from any other city out there. You know what I mean? All inner cities are pretty much the same, which is why you grow up with those instincts. And if you don't, it's probably because you wasn't born in that environment, or you just, like I said, you're not really used to that. But when you're born in it and you grow up in it, you understand that you have to move a certain way out here, man. You can't just be out here thinking you could beat the world and that you can start problems with everybody. And you can't just be living your life fully free like that, thinking that you never have to be on point, or that because you don't bang or you don't get into things and you just go to work and do what you got to do, that people are still not going to try you. Because I used to think the same way until people tried me. You know what I mean? People will literally take what they can't get, and they'll take it from you. They'll rob you. They'll hurt you. They'll do worse. So, yes, there are some evil people out there, man. This world is not what you think it is. Yeah, life is good, but that doesn't mean that bad things don't happen in the world, which is why I always say, you know, just like I'm making this video, you have to be on point, man. Be aware of your surroundings, because at the end of the day, it doesn't take long for things to escalate or happen. Things can happen in the blink of an eye, in a matter of seconds. You could be defending your life. You know what I mean? So in order to avoid those things, you always have to have one up on the criminals, man. The jack boys, the YNs, whatever you want to call it, you always got to try to have the one up on them. Because if you don't, trust me, it's not going to look good for you. You know what I mean? There's people always plotting and scheming. Thieves don't sleep. Criminals don't sleep, man. They're out there all day, every day. And literally, I've dealt with it more times than you could think. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all watching this video have dealt with things like that, and which will also make your mindset differently, change your way of thinking, change your instincts. It becomes firsthand nature to just be on point. Lock your doors at night. Lock your windows at night. Don't make it easy for anyone. Lock your car doors. Don't leave your car running. People see that they have an advantage of you, they will try it. And it doesn't take long for them to realize if you're a weak link or not. And by weak link, I mean someone who's not capable of defending themselves because they're too busy living life, not thinking that something could happen to them. You pull up to the gas. I see it all the time, man. Just watch the news. I've seen people literally pull up to the gas station with their car doors unlocked, literally go inside to get a pack of smokes or a drink or whatever, and literally within seconds their car is gone because somebody peeped you, man. They seen that you was a weak link. You pulled up, You weren't on point, and they took your car. I've seen people pull up to gas stations and get robbed at gunpoint. I've seen it happen multiple times, man. Literally, it happens every day. And if you're not on point, it can happen to you. You don't make it easy for them. You stay on point. You be aware of your surroundings everywhere you go. That doesn't mean something's not going to happen, but they'll think twice before they try you because they know that you ain't lacking. You're not just walking in somewhere blindly, not looking around. It's literally, like I said, it takes seconds for something to happen, man. And if you give them the upper hand, they will take the upper hand. They will take that advantage, and they will take advantage of you. So in order to not let that happen, man, like I keep telling y'all over and over, y'all got to be aware of your surroundings, man. I know this video was a little different. I'm not going to make it too much longer, man. Just wanted to let y'all know that there's definitely crazy people out here, man. And a lot of people that don't believe in firearms will try to tell people like us that do carry for our own safety reasons that we're paranoid or we're exaggerating and we're overthinkers. But in reality, there's no overthinking when it comes to criminals and when it comes to the world being crazy and full of people like that. And now those people are going to keep saying that, but what happens when they get attacked in their home or they get attacked outside their home or walking down the street and they don't have anything to defend themselves with? I guarantee you the first number they're going to dial on their phone is 911. And who are they going to send? Law enforcement. But who is law enforcement? Law enforcement has people with guns. At the end of the day, yes, they're here to protect and serve, but what are they showing up to defend with? If they have to catch a criminal, they're not going to use their bare hands. They're not going to use, not saying that they're going to use the guns immediately, but at the end of the day, if it gets to the point that they have to, let off a few shots, if the attacker is aggressive or the attacker has a gun, then they're going to have to do what they have to do to put the threat down. So that's what I'm saying. These people that don't believe in firearms, they act like they're not the first ones to dial 911 if they're in a situation because they don't have nothing to defend themselves with. They have no firearm. They have no will to defend themselves because they don't believe in it. But you can't live in a world like that now, man. That's not the way we live. Most of these people that are telling you, oh, you're an overthinker, you're exaggerating or you're paranoid. Most of the time, those are the same people that if they get into something, like I said, they will be calling 911. And they're going to send people with guns. Yes, officers who have guns on them to defend or protect and serve, whatever you want to call it. But the point is that it's people with guns showing up to help you out. The same person that said that people who have guns are paranoid or, over-exaggerators or overthinkers. Listen, you can call me that all you want because I used to feel the same way. Oh, I don't need a gun. I thought I didn't need a gun, so I need a gun. That doesn't mean you're ever going to have to use it, but it's better to be safe than sorry, man. I'm not going to make this video too much longer, YouTube. Just want to give y'all some pointers out there, man, for some people that might think differently than how I do. Just giving you a little insight, man, just a little advice. Not saying you got to run with it, but it will save you, and it will help you out. It will help your thinking. It will change your entire thinking of how you should move. So if y'all want to know anything else, man, hit me up in the comments, man. Otherwise, I'm going to leave the video here, man. As always, man, y'all be safe out there, man. Make sure y'all definitely stay on point. And definitely be safe as always, man. Catch you on the next one.